Hi, my loves. Welcome to our first week's mirrored reflection. And before anything else, let's take a moment of stillness. And it's not a moment to fix anything. It's not a moment to analyze anything. It's just a moment to be aware. Because before clarity speaks, we have to be willing to see and be present within. So let's take a deep breath. And we'll breathe in Ya, and we'll breathe out Wei. Let's take a look at the mirrored reflection of this past week. What if life is not asking you to rush towards answers, but to become aware of what is being shown? And it's not everything at once, just simply what is right in front of you right now. And before anything shifts, there has to be a space. And it's not the space based on a calendar. It's a space based on what you create within a window in your life. A moment where you stop adding noise and simply allow yourself to be present. Because clarity does not grow in urgency. It grows in stillness. Yeah. And in that divine moment, something inside just begins to shift. And it's not always loud, but it is noticeable. And it's a recognition that something needs your attention. And it's like an awareness in us that asks, what in my life needs to change? And as far as part 2, when we ask, what is your Egypt? What's keeping you in bondage? Just know, Egypt is not just a place. Sometimes it's something that we return to that we don't even recognize. It could be an old recycled pattern or familiar responses. Maybe even a thought process of a way of thinking that is so natural to us that it's not even serving our highest good anymore. And sometimes what you carry is not always visible. Sometimes it's emotional weight. Sometimes it's a responsibility that you never even took the time to analyze or to examine. Sometimes it's a memory that's hard to let go. And in that moment, something becomes so simple to ask yourself, what am I carrying that I never truly put down? And then there's the moment of honesty. The part we already sense. But often we move around it instead of really going through it. And it's not because we don't know. No. It's because we haven't truly taken the time to slow down enough. And when we don't slow down enough, we can't sit with it. So then we ask ourselves, what truth am I avoiding? And just know avoidance is not ignorance or ignoring. It is an awareness without stillness. And this is where the mirror becomes very clear. And it's not to accuse, it's not to judge, and it's not to overwhelm ourselves. No. It's there to reveal what has already been forming underneath everything else. It's that some things just can't be ignored anymore. And each part, it's not separate, not one bit. It's building towards our inner mirror. But before we close, there is a scripture that I want to read. And I want you to take it with you in your silence. And it's from Matthew 7, verse 7 and 8. And it states, "Ask, and it will be given to you. Seek, and you will find. Knock, and the door will be opened. For everyone who asks receives, and the one who seeks finds, and the one who knocks, the door will be opened." And as you ask yourself the questions and you seek and you knock, keep that scripture in thought. And when you sit with inner standing, keep in mind that God is love. And in that presence, it's not separate. It's within us. It's within us. So invite the mirror of reflection and sit in stillness and let the silence do what words cannot. And while you're there, remember, you're taking time to see yourself clearly. You're creating a space so that you can ask yourself, what in my life needs to change? What would be considered my Egypt? What am I carrying that no longer belongs? And what truth am I avoiding? And the last one, to ask ourselves, what is the mirror revealing? Sit with that. And don't look for answers. Let them come to you. Let silence do what the words cannot. And as always, God is love. And it's safe to say that I love you. And until next time.